Right, so I thought I'd do something a bit different in this video, and I thought I would talk about my personal lucid dreaming experiences and a few times where I've made mistakes. Because although I teach you guys lucid dreaming, by no means am I an expert, and there's always more to learn. Like, you can never learn everything about lucid dreaming. It's like a constant, continuous process where you learn from things and then try new things and so on. So one of the first ones that springs to mind is a time when I was experimenting with like pushing the boundaries, the physical boundaries of the lucid dream, in terms of like what you can physically do. So obviously in waking life you can't walk through walls, whereas in a dream you can, up to a point. And so one of the most interesting dreams I've had, or the most annoying or not scary as such, one of the most annoying lucid dreams I've had is where I was playing around with shifting through surfaces, like so walking through walls or sinking into the floor or whatever it is. And I remember that I was in this dream, I was walking along the street and I became lucid, did a reality check to sort of ground the whole thing and reinforce my lucidity. I think it was a finger palm push, because that's always a really effective check for me. That always seems to work, reliably. And so I walked up to this wall, and it was a brick wall. It was one of those red brick walls which looked like it had been recently made. It was quite crisp, if that makes sense. Can you get a crisp wall? I don't know, anyway. And so I put my hand against it, as what I normally do when I shift through walls is I put a hand or a foot against the wall, gently push and expect my hand to go through. When it does, then I put my arm and whole body and head and so forth. The head is always the last thing to go through, and then your whole body's through, and then you have to escape the wall on the other side. And so what I did is I put my hand against this wall, I pushed gently, and it went through, and my arm went through the wall. But then what happened is I got stuck. And I think the reason that I did get stuck and I didn't just go all the way through the wall is because in a split second, a very quick thought came into my mind, which was, hold on, I shouldn't be doing this. This doesn't feel right. Humans shouldn't be able to do this. And so it's always coming back to this theme of what is possible in your waking life. And that sort of dictates to a certain degree what you can achieve in a lucid dream, because you're constantly battling with your own ideas of what you should be able to do, of what is possible for you and for humans as a whole. So if you have the strong belief, and it is a strong belief for most of us, right, that you can't pass through a wall, or that you can't fly or teleport or whatever it is, if you have these strong beliefs and then you try and go against them in a lucid dream, so you try and actually do something that would push against that belief, quite literally in this sense, you're pushing against the wall and trying to pass through it when every atom of your being knows that you shouldn't be able to do that. You should push against the wall and it should resist your hand to some degree. Obviously if it's a wooden fence then it might wobble a bit, or if it's a glass pane then it might sort of bend a little bit, but for the most part when you push against something solid, the solid thing pushes back against you. Or at least, it feels like it's not. Just had to change camera batteries. So usually when you press your hand against something solid, you have a very strong belief, subconsciously and consciously, that when you push against something, it will always push back. It will always give you that resistance, unless obviously you're pressing against something like a curtain, which obviously will bend and move around. So there's this belief, this subconscious belief, that physical strong objects like a brick wall or a concrete post will always be hard to push against. And in order to move through them in a lucid dream, what I've found is that you need to challenge your subconscious beliefs. So, I mean, to be honest, I know it sounds a bit weird when I talk about this stuff, because I'm talking about things that are hard to show you visually. Like, I can't actually show you this stuff in waking life. I can't just hold my hand up and demonstrate this stuff. These are experiences that you can only really practice what I'm telling you, or experience what I'm telling you in the dreaming state. And for that reason it's quite hard to explain things and show you things or demonstrate this stuff that I'm talking about. But try and just imagine what I'm saying and imagine how it would feel. So instead of, and like I said before, I got stuck in the wall, like I physically couldn't move and I had to wake myself up. Even though I was lucid, because my belief of that object came into play, I changed the dream, and I was like, it's almost like I was trapping myself. My mind was trapping itself, because I had my conscious, dreaming, lucid awareness, I guess you could say, me as the dreamer. I was in the wall, and I was consciously aware of the fact I was dreaming. I knew it was a dream. I knew I should be able to control it, but my subconscious belief about, about physical objects and objects' permanence had come into play and was stopping me from moving through the wall. And the reason this happened is because for a split second during my transition, as I was walking through the wall, I got halfway, and for a split second, I had this belief just spring into my awareness of, this shouldn't be able to happen. You shouldn't be able to do this. That split second of doubt is just enough to completely change what you're experiencing. It's the same if you're flying in a lucid dream. I've had loads of dreams where I've been lucid, I've been flying through the air. Okay, maybe I'm flying around a building or just racing. Maybe I'm just having fun, I have no idea. But for whatever reason, I'm flying through the air, and for a split second I just have this tiny niggling doubt. And this doubt is just saying, you shouldn't be able to fly. Humans don't fly. At some point you should be falling down towards the ground. And rather annoyingly, that is enough to make it happen. And so undoubtedly what happens is I'll be flying through the air, I'll have this niggling tiny doubt just for a split second, and that is enough to send me tumbling towards the ground. And then obviously I wake up and I'm very angry at myself, I guess, for having ruined the dream. Really what's happening is just that tiny second of doubt isn't being dealt with properly, and I'll get onto this in another video, but yeah, so those two things, I guess, are the most annoying experiences I've had in a lucid dream, because I've been lucid, I've been aware that it was a dream, I've been very alert and ready to do things and ready to experience what I want to experience. I've tried to do things like shifting through a wall or flying, and a tiny split second of doubt has sprung up, and that's just enough. That's just enough to stop me in my tracks and freeze the dream and stop me doing what I'm doing. Anyway, if you're watching this video, firstly, well done for getting this far into the video. Apparently, according to my analytics, only a certain percentage of people, quite a small percentage, reach the end of any given video. This is the same across most YouTube channels, so I'm told. So yeah, well done. Leave a comment if you have got this far. Leave a comment saying something funny. That always seems to... I kind of like it when people leave funny comments. So leave a comment saying something like rolling pin, or maybe just, I don't know, maybe tell a story in the comments. Reply to each other's comments with something funnier and insane, so that nobody will know what's going on in the comments section. They'll just think everyone's gone insane, and that's quite funny to me. Also, if you are watching this video, on a serious note, please subscribe and leave a like and a comment. Make sure you click the notification bell, which should be either here or here, just by the subscribe button. It's a little bell that says give me notifications, and obviously you want that, obviously, because you're watching this far into the video. You're still watching now, even though all I'm really doing is just rambling and talking about nothing, really. So to be honest, I can't believe you're still watching at this point. I've told you the tip of the day, and now I'm just doing the end scene where I ask you to do things like and comment and everything like that. With topics, I'm never short of topic ideas, but if you would like me to cover anything in particular, leave a comment letting me know what, because once I've got through your, I think, 600 questions that I've got saved in an idea file, there are 600 and there's 20 being added to it every single day, just based on comments you send in and everything like that. So once I've filtered through them and got rid of the duplicates and everything like that, we're looking at a good few years at least of daily video content. So this is going to be a long journey, guys. I'm not going anywhere. This is going to be a daily video, as close as I can get to daily, unless I'm really sick. Certainly for the next 5 years, probably longer. And I'd kind of like it to be sort of a journey we go on together. There's a few people that have left comments saying that they remember when I had only 5,000 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. And that's really cool, because it means you've watched me throughout my journey. Anyway, so yeah, let's end the video here. That is my most annoying lucid dreaming experiences, and a couple of little updates on the channel and everything like that. So leave a comment, let me know your story, leave a like, and I'll see you tomorrow.